mistake, he's gonna have to reload. Ken Even's gonna be getting a massive advantage from this.
You can create your own portals.
Yeah, a lot of these save glitch strats are pretty tough
Portal device.
and easy to mess up, as you can see.
Your own
On Ken Even's screen here, you're gonna be seeing the other main use of save glitch, which is that it messes with your collision. Any prop which includes doors that is not actually visible to the front of the portal that you save glitch on is just going to be treated as if it doesn't exist at all. So you can use that to just clip through doors and many other things as well, so like glass in a later chamber. You can see Ken even does it again.
A previous statement suggesting that we would not monitor this chamber was an outright fabrication. Good job. As part of a required test protocol.
Yeah, there's a bunch of other quirks to save glitch that you're going to end up seeing. A lot of them have to do with whenever we get the double portal gun and we have even more control over where we can end up placing our body. But some of it also has to do with just the way the collision works. So the other thing about it is that along with props not having collision, any ground that is too far away from the portal that you save glitch on will also not have collision. So runners have to be very careful to avoid having that happen, because they can just fall straight through the floor, walk through a wall out of bounds. Also, Ken Even here is just doing a couple basic momentum skips. There's not really much to them, but they are still kind of easy to mess up. So now, let's see if Ken Even goes for ABH over Goo here. I know he goes for it in out of bounds, but it's actually a different setup than the inbounds. He is indeed going for it, actually using the out of bounds setup, despite it being slower. But he does miss it, so he will not be jumping over the entire map. He's going to have to just do a little bunny hop off that cube in the corner. But fast nonetheless. Now in Chamber 9, which is the chamber Ken Even is going into now, he's going to be doing a strat where he places a portal under this door. Normally, doors would fizzle the portals whenever they close, but that door is special, and it has a little area where it just doesn't do that. And it's not super imprecise. It is pretty easy to mess up the shot, especially whenever you're trying to go fast, but Ken Even having no issues with it. So you're going to be able to see here how we can abuse just the speed you can get from ABH and AFH. You can use it to just jump over everything, and then whenever you have a lot of speed, just get a big ol' hop and big ol' speed boost straight into the elevator. There is a strat you can do in Chamber 10 that will allow the runners to just ramp off of the door frame and go straight into the elevator, but you have to have so much speed for it that it might as well be random. So now Ken Even is going to be grabbing the second portal gun here. He's going to be grabbing the double portal gun, which as soon as he grabs it, it's going to allow him to do much more complex and complicated save glitches, which he has it now. He's gotten the AFH strat, and he's going to set up a save glitch here. Oh, he actually messes it up a little bit. He's going to try it again. And now that he has control over both portals, you're going to see he's going to be able to skip pretty much the entire rest of the map just by positioning his portals in certain ways. And there he goes. He's at the end of Chamber 12 and in the elevator. So yeah, now that he has the double portal gun, like I said, the save glitches that he can do, since he has control of both portals, become a lot crazier. Well, he's actually opting to not go for the save glitch strat in 13. Opting to go for the cube throw instead, which is slightly slower, but in ways can be safer, but he does mess it up a little bit. Now coming up for Ken Even is one of the only chambers that doesn't have a save glitch to actually speed it up, which is exciting. He's going to place a portal on the floor and on the ceiling and just do a quick little fling straight up to the elevator. It's pretty much impossible to find a save glitch that would save time over that, especially inbounds.
No further compliance information is required or will be provided.
So can't even, I believe, yeah, he's doing the older 15 save glitch, which is not too much slower. But it at least allows you to see more of what he's doing. A lot of these save glitch strats end up being done optimally, what we call blind, which basically means that you never snap your actual camera back to where your body is. By moving behind your portal, you can snap your camera to actually be where your theoretical body is. So you can actually see where you're shooting, which Ken even does there to make some of the shots a little bit easier to hit. So now, at the end of this chamber here, Kenny's going to do a save glitch to get next to this turret. Now he's going to do a trick called Save Glitch Preserved. He's going to first do a save glitch to get a portal underneath the elevator and stick his turret in there, so he can bring it into the next chamber. Now he's going to do a save glitch and attempt to place the portal that he save glitched on under the elevator, which he did with pretty cleanly, actually. That was a pretty good Chamber 16. Now what this is going to allow him to do, is it's going to allow him to actually keep his save glitch state between maps, which he usually can't do. So as soon as he places a portal on the wall, he's going to lose collision with things around him. Like you can see, he fell out of bounds there. So he has to reload a save so that he can try and get himself in bounds. But he's struggling with the shot a little bit. There we go, now he's got it. So he, by abusing the collision, or the loss of collision from the save glitch, he's able to just jump right to the end of Chamber 17 and then use this turret actually in place of the companion cube. And just skip his way right to the end. Now, Chamber 18 is another pretty long save glitch. It's going to actually skip the entire chamber, much like some of the others that you've seen.
The experiment is nearing its conclusion. The enrichment center is required to remind you.
He's actually doing a blind setup that I'm not super familiar with. I guess it's a modified version of one that I've seen. And he hits all the shots correctly. So he will be popping himself out right at the end.
The next test requires exposure to uninsulated electrical parts that may be dangerous under certain conditions.
Ken Even's actually having a pretty clean run overall right now. Wilbo's struggling with Chamber 16, 17 save glitch a little bit. It is the hardest trick in inbounds, which is why it's kind of surprising that Ken Even was able to get it so effortlessly. So on Chamber 19, Ken Even's going to be doing a strat called Double Lag. There's a glitch in this game that we call Large Angle Glitch, and what it is, by placing a portal on an angle, and then, or on a large angle like this, which you can see Ken Even's doing, and then entering it, wow! He actually gets it really well. Yeah, by placing a portal on an angle and then entering it in a specific way, you can trick the game into thinking you're stuck, which triggers a wrong warp effect of sorts, and allows the runners to just teleport their way right to the end of 19. And you'll see it again later in the last map of the game, but for now, Ken Even is going to be making his way through the escape sequence. Really clean shots from him overall. Pretty solid movement, too. It's on the second to the last map here, and this map is home to one of the more complicated save glitches in the run. This is a save glitch that you have to do completely blind, and also has some pretty precise shots. You're going to see he's going to be doing some lineups to try and get his portals in the right place, and doing a little bit of guesswork too, just hoping that it works. But he's able to get all the shots off correctly, and he is at the end, and in the last map of the game. So now you're going to see the angle glitch again here, but this time it'll be an acute angle glitch instead of large. He's going to shoot a portal on this invisible panel that's right in front of him that's at an angle, and it'll trigger a little warp to get him over near these turrets. And he missed the timing a little bit. The timing is pretty tight. It's not easy. That is definitely for sure. But does he have it this time? We got door trolled again. So if you shoot the portal just a little bit too early, you can actually still get the warp effect, but you'll have your portals be fizzled, which you really don't want to happen because you need to be able to do this angle glitch off this panel twice. And he's got it this time. So now he's going to place another portal right there and use another angle glitch to teleport straight into the GLaDOS room. And if he does it right, he'll be able to pop himself back through and grab a turret and use this turret to shoot GLaDOS and knock all of the cores off of her. Which Ken Even has done. So now all he has to do is collect all the cores, wait for her to drop the last one, which is only dropped after or at the end of this little dialogue. But he will be able to destroy all the cores and be done with the run. And time for Can't Even. Pretty good run overall from him.
Welcome to the final test. When you are
Now we see Wilbo is attempting double lag himself right now.
Enrichment center regulations require both hands to be
Both of these strats are pretty hard. Can't Even made it look way easier than it really is, but ooh, a little bit of a mistake in the save glitch setup there. So now he's going to be setting up his portals here for the second large angle glitch. Let's see if we can get it, at least somewhat quickly. It was a little too far to the right. This is part of the tricky part with this save glitch with this large angle glitch, is that the warp is really precise. And he gets it there. Yeah, it's super easy to end up just out of bounds by warping yourself slightly incorrectly. So now Wilbo will be attempting Escape Zero, which Escape Zero Legacy, without the save glitch, is one of the most movement-heavy and aim-heavy maps in the game. The skill ceiling for this map is immense. It's super easy to mess up in small ways, and also, but it's also really easy to save a lot of time, potentially, just by doing the shot slightly quicker than someone else, all these portal peaks, or doing some of the movement just a little bit faster. And these shots are very precise, too. So getting them quickly, as quick as Can't Even did, is not an easy feat. But now Wilbo will be moving on to Escape 01, attempting the save glitch that Can't Even attempted before. Like I said before, it is very, very complex, and it's super easy to mess up. But we'll see how Wilbo does on it. Taking his time with the shots for now. I believe he's gotten all the shots correctly so far. And he's got it. He'll be able to portal peek his way to the end and then move on to the last map. So now Wilbo will be attempting the acute angle glitches himself. Oh, actually slips through the portal a little bit. A little bit of a slip up, but it shouldn't be too big of a deal. Just gotta portal himself back over there and start setting it up again. Now let's see how quick he can get these. So the timing for this acute angle glitch is pretty tough because you have to shoot a portal at a very, I think it's only a handful of ticks, which a tick being a 60th of a second in this game. And then you also have to uncrouch the tick after you shoot the portal. But Wilbo gets the second acute angle glitch really fast at least, and he'll be able to use the turret now to knock all the cores off GLaDOS. And now he's going to collect them all himself.
Maybe you could settle for that, and we'll just call it a day. I guess we both know that isn't going to happen. You chose this path.
But he's actually not doing core fall skip, so you're going to see a little bit of a different strat than what Can't Even used here. He's going to just place a portal above the incinerator and portal all of the cores in. And time for Wilbo. Unfortunately, Wilbo was struggling with a few of the strats, it seems, while Can't Even actually was doing very well for himself with a pretty clean run. But I know Wilbo's definitely capable of putting up a time, as fast as Can't Even's. So it's just a matter of if he can in this next run. See if we can, or if he can push this to Game 3. So what we're looking here for, I think, from Wilbo in this next race is, first of all, if Can't Even can mess up the button save glitches again and lose time on those, but Wilbo can get it this time around, that's going to prove to be a very big advantage for Wilbo and would be the start of a pretty nice comeback. I guess not comeback, but start of a really good second run. But I believe our next race should be getting underway soon. I've seen the countdown has been given, so we're just waiting for the stream to catch up. And there we go. So just like before, our runners are going to have to wait in the vault for about a minute. They're going to have some time to screw around again. There are some actually interesting things that you can do to potentially save time while in the vault. None of them are really achievable RTA. But you can see what Wilbo's doing here. He's trying to clip the radio out of the vault, and if he does it right, he can get it in a position where he can ABH off of it and get what we call a stuck launch, and go real fast into the next room. But the likelihood of actually hitting it and not just getting slowed down by the radio is pretty small, so you don't really see anyone attempting it. In general, it's just better to try and ABH your way through the elevators, or through the chambers. So I believe Can't Even should be going, or will be going for button save glitch again. He is. So he's going to go for this second button save, or sorry, this first button save glitch again. Oh, he's actually opted not to do it this time. He brought the radio with him, but didn't actually do it.
Excellent. Please proceed into the chamber lock after completing.
So his movement slightly better than Wilbo's in the first chamber, so that'll put him slightly ahead at least going into the second. But the big thing is which one of these runners can actually get button save glitch. It is a pretty tough trick. You have to do a tick perfect save load. You have to save and load and then tick, like the same tick that the game loads, save load again, which Can't Even has missed. But let's see if Wilbo can get it. Wilbo using a lot of save loads. He really wants to make sure he gets it. And he's got it. So that's going to put Wilbo about 12 seconds ahead of Can't Even. Or it's going to save him 12 seconds over Can't Even at least. The timers are going to be very decent since Wilbo did so many save loads, but he still hit the trick. And since this game is timed without loads, still a massive advantage for him. So yeah, Wilbo's about 11 seconds ahead of Can't Even now, going into the next chamber. So this could be the start of a pretty good run for him.
But is an unintended side effect of the aperture science material emancipation grid.
So Wilbo struggled a little bit with the O2 save glitch in the last run, which was part of his downfall. It was one of the tricks that he struggled with more and lost a lot of time to Can't Even on. But if he can get it, well, on his first attempt here, then he's going to be able to keep a very nice lead over Can't Even. Let's see if he can do it.
With it,
He's taking his time lining up the shot.
These intradimensional gates have proven to be
there we go, and he hits the shot. Now he's just got to portal peek his way to the elevator, which he has done. And I think Can't Even actually messed up the save glitch once or twice. He's done. I think he's messed up twice now, which putting Wilbo even further ahead. This shot that Can't Even's trying to hit right here is pretty tight and is made tighter depending on how good your shot in the elevator was. But he makes it this time. So now he'll be portaling his way across and following Wilbo into Chamber 4. But Wilbo actually failed to get himself into the save glitch state the first try. But now he's good. Able to jump his way into the elevator, straight through the door. And you'll be able to do the same thing again on Chamber 5. So Can't Even, despite being behind, actually has had some pretty good movement. Uh-oh. Okay, that's a way to do that. It's a much riskier way to do that, but it is a way to do that.
We would not monitor this chamber was an outright fabrication.
Yeah, Can't Even is catching up to Wilbo slowly but surely, just by having slightly better movement.
Enhancing the truth in 3, 2.
But still not enough to catch him up yet. Still got a little bit to go. So now Wilbo hopefully doesn't mess up 6 and 7. These skips are pretty simple and relatively easy to execute, but they are also still very easy to mess up. If you mess up your strafe slightly whenever going for that jump, it's like you'll just hit the edge of the portal and lose all your speed and not be able to make it. Which is very unfortunate when it happens, but it happens to even the best runners. So Wilbo makes it through 6 and 7 with no errors. He'll be moving on to Chamber 8. So Chamber 8 should be another place where Can't Even might be able to potentially catch up to Wilbo a little bit on, because Can't Even will be attempting ABH over Goo again, which only saves about 2.5 seconds over the strat you'll see Wilbo go for here. He is going to shoot a portal up in the corner and jump off the block. He does mess it up though. But if Can't Even can get ABH over Goo, he'll at least be saving a little bit of time. Oh, but he doesn't get it. He actually dies to the Goo too. So he's gonna have to try it again. But he doesn't get it. So that's actually a little bit of time lost for him. Wilbo's still crawling a little bit further ahead.
The Enrichment Center regrets to inform you that this next test is impossible.
So Wilbo gets the door, or the portal under the door first try. No issues there. He's gonna be able to hop his way straight into the elevator. Can't Even is rushing his way through the chambers right now, trying to make up for lost ground. Not stopping for anything or like trying to set up his shots at all. Trying to get any ground back he can on Wilbo right now.
Hello again. To reiterate, previous life.
Ooh, Wilbo actually misses the AFH strat the first time. And again, that's unfortunate. If Can't Even can get door launch here, that would be insane. But not quite. But he is able to pull a little bit ahead of Wilbo RTA. His timer is still way... Or in game time, he is still behind, but he has pulled in front of Wilbo RTA at the very least. Which means he's definitely caught himself up a little bit thanks to Chamber 10. So let's see how well Can't Even can execute these strats here. See if he can start pulling himself back versus Wilbo. You can see Wilbo's actually going for a slightly different strat than Can't Even is, or at least he's placing his portals in a different place before he starts going for the same strat. It's the safer strat. You can see Can't Even actually messed up his setup a couple times before he was able to actually start doing the save glitch. But now Wilbo's messed up the save glitch a few times. I think this might actually put Can't Even back in the lead. We'll see. Yeah, it definitely does. Can't Even is slightly ahead now, Wilbo. Unfortunately, Wilbo is not able to hold his lead, but if Can't Even slips up in some of these later chambers, Wilbo can definitely take the lead right back. And these latter chambers are definitely the easier ones to mess up. Can't Even, really clean 14. Able to fling himself right into the elevator. Let's see how well he can execute this Chamber 15 save glitch. This is another save glitch where you can potentially save or lose a lot of time on just your execution alone. There's a lot of places where just by having really quick, precise shots, you can save a lot over other runners who are possibly able to not get the same precise shots as quickly. And Can't Even does it very well. For an RTA run, that was very well executed. No slip-ups from him. So we'll be doing Chamber 16, messing up the portal bump in the beginning a little bit. But he's able to get it eventually, skip past the dialogue. Skip having to wait for the door to open. But messes up the normal save glitch a little bit. Seems to be struggling to find some of his shots. But he's good now. He's able to get himself to the end, and now he'll start setting up the 16-17 save glitch preserve.
Well done.
Which, this strat is definitely the hardest singular strat in Portal Inbounds. Ooh, that turret actually stays alive. Trolling him a little bit. So he has to go and knock it back down to make sure that it's dead. But now he's going to be able to place that turret back under the elevator and start doing the save glitch preserve. See how fast he can get this. Able to get it first try, which is good for him. There were some unfortunate mishaps with the turret, but other than that, pretty clean 16-7 or 16. Now he just has to do this 17 glass jump. He's able to get himself in the elevator, so he should be just about done with 17. Just gotta go and actually sacrifice the turret. And not the cleanest 16-17 save glitch. Oh, definitely not as clean as his last run, but still good nonetheless. And you see, Wilbo's really not too far behind. If he's able to get this 16-17 save glitch quickly, this glass jump, it's gonna put himself at least close to Can't Even. So this is still anyone's race, for sure.
Center is required to remind you that you will be baked, and then there will be cake.
So Can't Even struggling with some of the shots for a little bit, but he's still able to find them. Ooh, maybe not this one though. He may have actually messed up this shot, but he's able to get it eventually. Took him a while to find the shot, but he did find it.
Well done.
That's what's important.
The next test requires exposure to uninsulated electrical parts that may be dangerous under certain conditions. For more information,
So let's see how well Wilbo can execute this Chamber 18 save glitch. Going for a slightly different setup than Can't Even use, but just as effective. So now Can't Even will be attempting double lag, which we saw Wilbo struggled with a little bit on the last race. And Can't Even seems to be executing pretty well so far, but he's not to the hardest actual part of the strat yet. So let's see how well he can do this second large angle glitch. Ooh, a little bit too far to the left. See if he can adjust himself, and he does. Very good adjustment from Can't Even, able to get it on the second try. Now he'll start speeding his way through the escape sequence. Able to get on the faster piston. Doing a pretty good job hitting his shots so far. Very good shots from Can't Even. And we can see Wilbo has gotten the first large angle glitch and will be setting up the second now. He has to do a little bit of a jump, but he is able to make it up there. So now he'll be setting up the second large angle glitch and going for it. Let's see if he can get it. Able to get it first try. Pretty good stuff from him. Unfortunately, Can't Even is speeding through this so fast that even getting that first try isn't catching him up enough, I don't think. Unless Can't Even starts making some mistakes here, which in Escape 01 is possible. But Can't Even's not sure about his shots here. He has messed it up, so he's gonna have to reattempt the Escape 01 save glitch. Let's see how well he can do it this time around. Struggling a little bit with his shots. Oh, and he's messed up the shots again. He's not able to find it. Oh, so he's actually opted to ditch the Escape 01 save glitch, so he's going to be doing the Legacy strat. He's going to bring this chair with him and clip himself through the glass and use this chair to jump into the vent. Oh, or he's not going to clip through the glass. He's just going to use the chair to smash it and then jump into the vent with a portal. Okay. That's a way to do that. So Wilbo is attempting the Escape 01 save glitch now. He can potentially make up a lot of lost ground here if he's able to hit this save glitch correctly. Can't Even is now portaling his way into the next map, but Wilbo is not too far behind, especially whenever you account for the without loads difference. This is definitely anyone's game. Wilbo enters the map, I believe, 2 seconds faster than Can't Even did. So we'll see how fast both of these runners can do their acute angle glitches and their core falls. It's a very close race so far, but Wilbo, he's taking his time with the acute angle glitches. And Can't Even has knocked all the cores off of GLaDOS. I'm thinking this race is going to go to Can't Even because Wilbo's been executing things just a little bit slower than Can't Even did. But he is in the GLaDOS room. So Can't Even is finished, and I don't think Wilbo's going to be able to finish the core fall sequence.
I guess we both know
Yeah, he has unfortunately lost this race, but only barely. He's about to finish and kill all the cores. Just behind Can't Even. And time. Only 10 seconds apart. GG's to Can't Even. A very, very close second race. That race was definitely down to the wire. That was something to behold. I think it's the closest race I've ever seen. On. Oh, hello, Wilbo. And Can't Even.
Hi, how's it going?
GG's to both of y'all. That was a very close second race.
I can't believe that was that close at the end.
Wilbo, you were actually ahead of Can't Even entering Escape 02.
Wow.
You're 2 seconds ahead of Can't Even. It was super, super close.
I feel like if I didn't mess up in the early chambers on that run, I might have.
Yeah, you had a pretty big slip up in chamber 10, which costed you quite a bit of time. You're ahead of Can't Even up till that point. Yeah, Can't Even. You had a pretty good first run. A pretty clean one overall, other than missing button save glitch. Well,
yeah, I haven't been able to get button save glitch for like 6 months. And I got a new computer. I couldn't do it.
Oh, me
I don't know why.
It's annoying. We actually both didn't get it the first run, and then I think the second run we both got it.
I didn't get it.
Oh, you didn't get it?
Nah, he did not get button save glitch in the second run. Which is part of what gave you a nice little lead over him for a while. Yeah, good stuff from both of you.
I knew I was competing against a world record holder over here.
But out of bounds world record holder.
Yeah.
Yeah, very different run from inbounds.
True.
It is a very different run. And if you don't count like the for the past 2 days I like opened the game to practice, I unopened the game in like 3 months. I don't know.
So you're a little bit of rust on your end then.
The run actually wasn't too rusty. It's just making mistakes.
Yeah. I believe that was a PB for you, right, Wilbo?
Yeah, that was. That's a really good time for me.
That. Got the sub 14.
Yeah. A lot better than my runs earlier.
Well, that's good at least.
Yeah, I had 2 races today.
Well, I've gotten golds. I got
nice.
both of my runs.
Which chambers did you gold on?
This run I golded 4, 5, 6, 7. I did have some like really good individual chambers though in that run. Yeah,
when I was I had the stream open and I was watching when I was on the elevator. I was like, oh, this guy's really good. I hope I could at least compete with him.
Well, I'm not actually that good at inbounds because my inbounds PB is like 12 or something. Like 11,
I mean,
15
you're still.
now.
I looked at your place on the leaderboard. You're number 20. That's really good.
Wait.
Or something. Yeah, for inbounds. I think.
I thought it was like 57.
Unless there's another Can't Even.
No.
Yeah, thank you for the commentary, Connor.
No problem. Hopefully I didn't do that bad of a job.
Well, I mean, I've listened to your other commentaries on races. It's really good. You explain things really well.
Thanks.
Oh, I am 20.
Yeah, I'm just really happy about that last race still, even though I lost.
It was very close though.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna beat me because after I finished, I checked on my phone.
Oh.
And you were in the same map. We were doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, GG's to both of y'all. Very good races.
Yep. All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and sign off.
Yep. I'm gonna sign off. Thanks everyone for watching and Speed Gaming. Bye.
Goodbye.